Okay. So you know how we're saying, I'm going to just talk while y'all are doing, because I'm like that. Why do we say earth, my body? Why do we say that? It's because many ancient people told stories about how human beings got here, how animals got here, how flowers and trees got here. And those stories say, some of them say that God, this is in the book of Genesis, which is for the Jewish and the Christian religion, that God, and the Mormon religion, I believe too, that God was named Elohim, which is plural. So it's like gods, took earth, and how did God make the earth wet? God spat on the earth and made it wet and formed human beings. And then breathed on them, breathed the breath of life, and they became human beings. Another story that is told by people who lived here in this part of the country and the upper west long time ago is about a god named Spider Woman. And Spider Woman took earth. Is Spider Woman a superhero too? Good. They stole her straight from the Hopi. I hope they're paying the Hopi lots of money. Psh. What planet am I living on? Anyway, so Spider Woman took earth of all different colors. You know how there's red earth and there's kind of tea-colored earth, and then there's really dark brown earth, and there's kind of grayish earth. Spider Woman took earth of all the different colors and made human beings in lots of different colors. And instead of breathing the breath of life on them, Spider Woman sang the song of creation. And the song of creation woke up the humans and the flowers and the animals. And that's how everybody got here according to that story. Now there's another group of people that it's not really a religion, but we believe in it pretty hard. It's called science. And science says that earth and water were first, and that life came up out of the water. And that then there were some beings who started being able to breathe in both places. They could breathe air and they could breathe water. And then there developed or evolved beings that could only breathe air. Can you breathe underwater? No, exactly, very smart, because if you try it, you end up going, because your lungs aren't made to breathe water. So many of us breathe just air. And some of us who are like these creatures, they breathe water, or they breathe in the water. All y'all real scientists, please forgive me. And then we say, water my blood, earth my body, because the stories say we're made of earth, and science says we're here on earth, breathing the air, and we're part of the earth. Water my blood. Why do we say that? Well, you know, human beings are half water. Did you know that? Do you think it's the top half or the bottom half? That's kind of silly, isn't it? So the water, what is it all mixed up in there? Yeah, the water's all mixed up in there, and it's in our cells, which is the smallest part I'm going to talk about today. Again, pardon me, scientists. And it's in our blood. Everything about us has water in it. And if we didn't have any water in us, we'd be what they call dehydrated, which makes us kind of sick. So we take care to drink enough water. And we here in Texas, where we know that water is precious, we are very honoring of the water that we have. So we only water our plants one day a week, and we try to plant things that don't need much water. And we don't leave the water running when we brush our teeth. Can I get an amen? Amen. Yeah, we wet our toothbrush and then we turn the water off, because that's a way to respect the water. And some people have lots of clean water to drink, and other people, their water has bad stuff in it, and they have to drink bottled water because their water has bad stuff. People in the United States have that, and people in other countries have that, and in some places in the world, people have to go far away to get water. Some villages have to send their kids on long walks through the woods to get water. Now, Mr. Ron, who is a grown-up here, he said that they were in a place called Cambodia, and that village had to send a cart. They had an ox, and it pulled this cart, and it went out at sunrise, and it went to get water, and it came back at sunset, and that's the only water the village had. Every day, they had to take all day to get water. And so what he found out was it would cost $200, which is a lot, but he knew people who had that much. It would cost $200 to dig a well right there in the village. Do you think the people wanted to do that? Yes, they did, because they are not stupid. And they thought, if we had a well right here, all we would have to do is go to the well, and they didn't have any electricity, so they had a pump. And Mr. Ron said that he and his wife pumped the first bits of water, the first glasses of water up out of that well. They pumped it, and the people, were they happy? Yes. Did they have a party that lasted all night? Yes, they did. Because now they didn't have to go and spend all day getting water anymore. So we know people who try to get water to people who need water, which is what our whole bodies are. Half of our bodies are. Which half? It's all mixed up in there. All right. Mostly the middle half. And that's probably right. That's probably right. So the second half of the song says, air my breath and fire my spirit. Do you need to breathe all the time? Yeah, let's try to hold our breath and see how it feels. It's kind of uncomfortable. Let's breathe, it's better. So we need air to stay alive. And if we don't get air, we start feeling pretty dizzy. And some places have air that's really clean and good, and some places have air that's got dirt in it. And it makes you go when you breathe it. You know, like some places have a lot of factories and they have air with particles in it, and some places have cedar pollen, and the cedar is in the air, and it makes you sneeze and cough. So we like our clean air, and we use our powers to put people in charge who will give us clean air. And when I say we use our powers, I mean we grown-ups can vote. And you have to be 18 to vote, but voting is power. And we go to the voting place, and we vote for the people who will give us the cleanest air and water and take care of our breath and our health. Because whatever you poke on that machine, it really has a direct connection to how good your life is. Say again? Yes. So we can sing. If we have air, we can sing. Now, the last part of the song is fire my spirit. What do we mean when we talk about our spirit? That's a hard one. I think our spirit, which is a lot of times represented in stories by fire, it's represented in our chalice by fire. Our spirit is what helps us, teaches us about love. It helps us know when somebody loves us and when they don't. It helps us know who we want to be friends with and who we don't. Our spirit helps us know when we're telling the truth and when we're not. Our spirit helps us know when we're doing something good and when we're doing something that's hurtful. Your spirit is what makes you you. Does anybody have a friend? Yeah, do you like seeing your friend laugh? Yeah, so when your friend laughs, you get to see their spirit, right? And when you laugh, they get to see your spirit. That what makes you you. And I think that God, or some people call God, is one spirit, the one spirit that we all share. the big spirit or the great spirit, some people call it. So our spirit connects us to the great spirit or the big spirit so that we can all know that we're not separate people. We're one people, and we're all connected with each other.